Hey guys, welcome back to Life Up Education TV. In today's video, I wanted to talk about confidence. So the other day, I had a story that I wanted to share, which made me think of like how important having confidence is. So what happened was, I have a friend, and she shared her feeling that, like, how she feels sad for the fact that she doesn't have a boyfriend, but all of her friends have a boyfriend. Like, everybody she knows have a boyfriend, but she doesn't, and she felt really sad about it. And as I deeper the conversation with her, I noticed that it wasn't so much about the problem of her not having a boyfriend issue, but it was more to do with her own confidence issue. And I know that a lot of people suffer from this, and I definitely have empathy for it, but I thought I should address this. Okay, so the points that I wanted to make, I have like 3 points that I want to make. The first one is, yeah, you might think you are the only one person who doesn't have a boyfriend, but we are all alone. We are born to this earth alone, and we die alone. It does sound harsh, and I'm not necessarily like forcing or promoting this idea around like, you know, we're all alone, like, you know, don't even like have empathy, don't even like care about love, like, you know, stuff like this. Like, that's not my intention here. But because I want to encourage you and give you a perspective, here's what I think. Like, yes, okay, so let's say that like years from now, when I'm like 80 or 90, it's more practical and logical to think that I wouldn't even have a husband. Like, the chance of me being able to die at the very same time with my husband, like that's like super low, right? Like, at some point in your life when you are most vulnerable, even like when you're older, much older, there is gonna be a time where the people you care about die, and you are alone in that journey, right? Like, you're alone. So instead of focusing on time trying to find that one person, the destiny, like the person, the prince, Mr. Prince, you need to be able to make a peace with the fact that you are alone, because no matter, like, regardless of whether you have a one right now, right, like that one can literally die tomorrow, and then what, like, what's gonna happen? So as much as it might be a harsh reality, we are all alone. So as I dig deeper into like what her actual need is more, I noticed one thing was that she drew this story that in order for her to feel happy, in order for her to feel complete, she needs someone. She needs to have someone, in this case boyfriend, like a guy figure who can confirm her, like who can basically admit her worth, right? Like self-worth. But that like just doesn't happen, because, you know, I told her this story about like all these Hollywood celebrity stars, like what happened to them. Like, yeah, let's say that like all these people, like, you know, they get compliments, like people tell them like, oh, how amazing they are, like how awesome they are, they're so like, you know, amazing, like they look so pretty, they're this and that, right? But in the same degree, they would get the same like level of criticism too. Like, a lot of people are jealous of their success, a lot of people just like genuinely don't like them, like whatever it is, like you just can't control them, right? Like, you just can't control what people think of you. But what causes these celebrities this anxiety is that as much as the compliments feels nice, and they be like, yeah, I'm like so great, like I'm really good, like I'm above you, but in the same degree, they get so beaten up by the negativity, the negative comments as well. Like, they hear both positivity, negativity. So it's affirmation. Like, when they get the positive compliments, because they think that all of that is true, coming from other person's perspective, all of that is true, they think like, yes, like I'm the shit, like I'm like really amazing, this like a god person. But in the same token, like they hear the negativity. So as soon as someone just says something really harmful, or something that you actually feel like that itches, right? Like you it's your insecurity. Like, so as soon as someone bring it up, your self-esteem goes like this, because you hear them. You actually maybe believe that both sides, like the story from the both sides, the negative or positive, is kind of true of yourself. And then all of a sudden you don't have the affirmation, you don't have the confirmation from the outside telling you that you are valuable, you are worthy person. And I think same thing is happening here in a different context, but like smaller scale, different context, but individual like scale, it's the same thing. There's no such thing as someone external, like external voice or somebody confirming you for your worth. So that's something that needs to come from inside. So for example, if someone tells you something nice thing, thank them, because those compliments, you can't take them as granted, because they don't belong to you. They're not necessarily the fact. It's a perception of someone. And the same token, you can think of that in the negative comments as well. Like if someone tells you you're this and that, like tell them fuck you. But really, like, they don't have to belong to you. They don't have to be your truth. Like, truth is what you see it. Like, truth is not the fact. The truth is the perception of how you look at it, right? So the same thing, like, maybe you are looking at the fact that you don't have a boyfriend as insecurity right now, as something disadvantage right now, right? And I think it comes from all the baggages you carry from, your grandparents, your mother, whoever kept telling you this, right? But in reality, like, it doesn't have to be disadvantage at all. And moreover, if you can be complete by yourself without having no one, and you're already happy by yourself, where you don't feel you need something in order for you to feel complete, like, it just like doesn't matter at that point. Like, even if you don't have anyone, you can say that, like, yes, I don't have it, but I love myself. Like, I don't have it, but I already accept myself being complete as it is. So you don't have to feel like you are missing something, right? Like, you have everything, all the resources that you need for you to feel happy. It's just a matter of deciding that you want to feel happy. So I just want people to remember that. But yeah, this is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.